Hey guys, welcome back to Linda's Resin Room. So what we're doing today is I have this Santa hat tray mold that we're going to do. So I've got about 1.5 ounces, almost 2 ounces for my white, because I'm going to put in this white chunky glitter, and then I'm going to put in a little bit of this little holographic white bluish looking glitter. And then I've got 2 ounces here, maybe a little bit more, for my red holographic glitter. That's going to be that. Then I made this mold. This is a heart box mold. I don't think it's going to hold very much. So we're going to take, and I'm just going to use some of this pigment purplish red, and I'm going to put some of the crushed crystal in there. So let's get to mixing. Well, I've not opened this one. I had one that was like this, open somewhere, but anyways, let me see if I can pop that paper out of there. Alright, now I got it open. And I'll put the links to everything in the bottom. Now y'all know I'm not going to use glue, so I'm going to use a lot of glitter. I know people screaming, that's too much glitter, but it will keep it from sinking. I don't want a lot of that one. Okay. And then let's do some red here. Okay. Now let's mix. Give me some sticks here. Come on, buddy. All right. There we go. Actually, I could use a little more red. That's about what I put if I'm putting glue. And I'm not worried if the glitter goes flying into it. I am going to put these in the vacuum chamber though, because this resin has a lot of bubbles. Yeah, lots of glitter. Now for the white. Mix this up. Yeah, there's plenty. Okay. Alrighty, we got those done. Move that glitter out of the way. Let's do a little crushed crystal here. Now you don't need a lot of this. A little bit goes a very long way. Put the lid back on that. That's all I got. Now, let me shake this up. This is a purplish red. It's a resin pigment dye. It's not a paste. It's not an ink. But you do have to shake it. And they're usually translucent. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 drops. Let's see how this looks. Okay. Yeah, it looks more red than I wanted. Let's find another color to mix in with that. Okay, that was purplish red. How about a drop of purple? I don't know what a drop of purple will do to it. 1, 2. Let's try 2. Is it going to do anything? Okay, didn't really do anything. Let's do a couple more. 1, 2, 3. Purple's kind of light color. Okay, it's changed it a little. Still not what I want. So let's do a couple more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to stop at that. If this doesn't do it, it's not going to get there. There we go. That's more of a purple red. Alright guys, I'm going to get this resin in the vacuum chamber, and then we are going to be back to pour. So, see you guys in just a moment. Alright guys, got my resin out of the debubbler. So let's see if we can better spritz this first, just in case. I hate that sprayer. I just got that, and that just drives me crazy. Yet, what am I trying to say? It just kind of all comes out at one time. So, okay. There we go. Some of this red up through here. Oh, I've dripped back there. Gosh, I hope I've mixed up enough. I was thinking 4 ounces would be plenty for this thing, but now I'm questioning myself. There's a dotting tool. I want this to go right there. Now we can do the red. Okay. It doesn't matter if it goes on top of the white now, because you're going to see the front. Well, maybe I guessed wrong. Might need more. Try to fill that up because I do want that to be covered. Now let's dump some more red. I think maybe I just needed a little more red than, or a little more white than the red, I think. I mixed up a little too much red. And that's okay. We're going to make it work. Because the front of the tray is what's going to matter, even though I'd like the back of it to look kind of, you know, the same. It's just not going to happen. Alright. Trying to get that to drip off. There we go. Get all that glitter. Now we're just going to dump the rest of this red in here. If you're not doing glitter, I would do at least 5 ounces for this tray, because I did add quite a bit of glitter, which is taking up a lot of room that you would need for the resin. So just remember to take that into account. Gosh, I hope that doesn't push my white off of the bottom. Definitely did too much red and not enough white. So, oh well. well. I think it'll still be pretty. Get that up. All right. Now, those are done for. Let me clean this off so we can get ready and do our mold, which I think is going to be really pretty. Okay. Got all that glitter off. Now, I hope 4 ounces is enough for this. I think it will be, but you never know. It's just a small box. It's nothing big. And I don't want to dome it. I'm going to have a lot of cleanup. Okay. This piece I think is going to take more. I think this might be the bottom. Okay. All right. And like I said, I do not want to dome these. But I do got to get them as full as where I had to trim them up. Okay. All right, that's it. Alrighty guys, we will let all this cure up and then we will come back for a demold. So fingers crossed that didn't push my white off of my bottom piece, but I believe it may have. So we'll see. I'll see you back for a demold. Okay guys, so I think we're cured up enough to demold these. I can see I've got fingerprints where I've been touching it, but they wipe right off. So just wipe those off. Alright, let's see our tray. Now it's probably, he's pretty stiff. He's a little soft, but just because he's so thin. So he'll take a little while to completely cure, I'm sure. The back's going to have to be trimmed. So I didn't fill him all the way up. And my red did go down into the bottom, but oh, I think he's very pretty. Flatten that out where I stretched it. I think it's the mold, because there's a big bump there. These molds, they kind of go down in here. They don't have enough, they're not sturdy enough to really hold them. So that's why you get bumps in these trays like that. Cheap molds. But anyways, it is very pretty. Now, let's see how my heart turned out. I molded this earlier today. Or I made the mold earlier. I made part of it yesterday and then the rest today. So let's see how it's going to turn out. Oh, that's very pretty. Isn't that pretty? See how that sparkle through there? I think that's the lid. So this is the bottom. And you know, don't touch the inside of your handmade molds. And there is the bottom. Still, like I said, a little soft. But that is very pretty. Very pleased with how that came out. Absolutely. Okay. And it fits perfect. I really like that. And with that lip, what I might do, clean this off. Let me get a paper towel. Okay. I'm going to take some alcohol. just going to wipe that off. I don't want fingerprints. I got a smudge on it. Okay, I think that's on the inside, maybe. Nope. It's still very soft. So what I'm going to do is, give me just a second and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to take this UVDTF sticker and I'm going to cut this out. And I'm going to put this on there and then cover it with some UV resin. And I think this will fit. Okay. Now, let's see if I can get the backing off of this. There we go. Okay. I think this is really pretty. Do this and try to not get any bubbles under there. There we go. Since it's got that lip on there, instead of having to trim it off, we can fill it in. You could use regular epoxy for this as well. Okay. Now we got to get this top layer off. And try not to scratch it as I'm doing it. Okay, there we go. Now just be very, very careful. Okay. It's almost like there's another layer of a sticker that is around that. You see it? There's just little pieces. Let's see. Here's a little piece. And here. Like they didn't come off. And there's one here. If I can get it. Okay. And there's a little piece here. That one actually came off already, it looks like. This one. Okay. There we go. Now, let's see how this is going to look. I'm just going to go around the edge here. Now, this is just the regular UV resin from Let's Resin. I'm not using the high viscosity because of I have that lip to hold my resin on there. So there's no point. Just a clear hard type. Now, let's just push this to the edges. Then I'm going to put it under the light and let it cure both sides. And I may have to add more. We'll see. Okay. Need that to cover, don't I? Get it to the bottom there. That's not covered either. There we go. Oh, and there's a spot. Is it pulling away? Or am I not covering it? I'm going to add just a little bit more just in case. I've got the room. Okay. Now, I should have already had this on my tray. Get that to the edge. Alright. Where's my tray? I don't want to turn it on quite yet. I just want to get this up here. Try to do it without spilling. So I see a bubble. Oh, that one. So we need to pop any bubbles there might be. Okay. I'm going to put this right on in there. Now let's, there we go. We got the top and the bottom on. And I'm going to let that cure up. And then I'll see you guys in just a moment. Alrighty guys, that has cured up. So isn't that pretty? I think that will make our box look really pretty. But that is it. So it's still very soft. Alright, we'll let this finish curing. And then I will take some photos and I'll see you guys back for the next video. So bye for now.